At the center of everything we know as the solar system, there's a star. Not a planet, not a silent object floating in the dark, but a vast, burning sphere of plasma, so massive that almost everything in this system is forced to move around it. The Sun holds nearly all the mass of the solar system. Every planet, every moon, every ring, every world exists under its gravity. As we move away from the Sun, the first world appears almost lost in its glare. A small gray planet, scarred by impacts, racing around its star faster than any other planet. Mercury. At first, it looks simple. A rocky surface, craters, cliffs, silence. No blue sky, no clouds, no oceans, just stone, shadow, and sunlight. During the day, the surface can become hot enough to melt some metals. At night, without a thick atmosphere to trap the heat, temperatures can fall to a cold far beyond anything found naturally on Earth. And from the surface, the Sun would look enormous, more than 3 times wider than it appears in our sky. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, but it is not the hottest. That title belongs to the world ahead, a planet that from a distance looks calm, almost beautiful. Venus. Seen from space, Venus is one of the brightest objects in Earth's sky. Its thick clouds reflect sunlight so well that for ancient civilizations, it became a symbol of beauty, mystery, and light. Venus is almost a twin of our planet, though twins can sometimes turn out very differently. The clouds below us are not soft and harmless. They are made of corrosive acid. Beneath them, the atmosphere grows heavier, denser, and more hostile with every kilometer. As we descend, the bright planet disappears. The sunlight fades into a yellow haze. The pressure rises. The air becomes crushing. A volcanic world, a suffocating surface, a landscape trapped under an atmosphere so thick that standing here would feel like being deep beneath an ocean. The temperature is hot enough to melt lead. This is the strange horror of Venus. From far away, it shines like a jewel. Up close, it is one of the most violent environments in the solar system. 2 planets, born in the same region of space, became 2 completely different destinies. Earth. From space, it does not look like a typical planet. It looks alive. Blue oceans cover most of the surface. White clouds move through the atmosphere. Continents drift beneath them. The night side glows with the lights of civilization. After Mercury's silence and Venus's pressure, Earth feels almost impossible. Here, liquid water remains stable on the surface. The atmosphere is breathable to us. Temperatures allow oceans, forests, storms, ice, deserts, and life to exist together on one world. To us, Earth feels normal because it is home, but from out here, it is not normal at all. It is the exception. A living planet wrapped in a thin atmosphere, orbiting at just the right distance from its star. Not too close like Venus, not too far like the frozen worlds ahead. Mars. It sounds like our own planet. It has polar ice caps, clouds, seasons, a day only slightly longer than our own. Its surface has valleys, plains, dust storms, and ancient landscapes that seem almost Earth-like. But as we move closer, the illusion breaks. The air is far too thin to breathe. The cold is severe. The ground is dry, dusty, and stained red by iron minerals, like a planet slowly rusting under a pale sky. Mars is a desert world now, but it may not have always been this way. Ancient riverbeds, dried channels, minerals that formed in water. Evidence that billions of years ago, this world may have been warmer, wetter, and wrapped in a thicker atmosphere. That is what makes Mars so powerful. It is not just a desert, it is a planet with a memory. Every canyon and dry valley seems to ask the same question: what happened here? But Mars is also the last of the small rocky planets. Now, the solar system changes completely. Now we approach the giants. Jupiter. Even from a distance, Jupiter does not feel like a planet in the same way Earth does. It feels like a system of its own. It is enormous, more massive than all the other planets combined. If it were hollow, more than 1,000 Earths could fit inside it. As we approach, its cloud bands stretch across the horizon like endless rivers of gas. White, orange, brown, and red storms rotate through the atmosphere. And then, the great red spot comes into view. A storm larger than Earth itself, turning inside Jupiter's atmosphere for generations. We are entering the planet, but there is no solid surface waiting below these clouds. No ground to land on, only layers of gas, pressure, heat, and depth. The farther down we descend, the more extreme this planet becomes. Jupiter is a world of motion. It spins so fast that its day lasts only about 10 hours. That rotation stretches its clouds into bands and fuels storms on a scale that makes earthly weather feel delicate. Jupiter is not just the largest planet. It is a reminder that size changes everything. Gravity, storms, moons, radiation, motion. Here, the solar system becomes vast. But even after Jupiter, the journey has not reached its most beautiful site. Saturn. At first, it appears calm, pale, elegant, surrounded by rings so wide and bright that they seem almost unreal. But the rings are not solid. They are made of countless pieces of ice and rock, from tiny grains to objects as large as mountains, all orbiting Saturn together in a thin, shining disk. From far away, the rings look smooth. Up close, they become a storm of frozen fragments moving silently around the planet at incredible speed. Saturn itself is a giant world of hydrogen and helium, with no solid surface like Earth. It is less dense than water, though no ocean could ever hold something so immense. And as we leave Saturn behind, something changes again. The sunlight becomes weaker. The warmth of the inner solar system is now far behind us. The next planet does not shine with gold or storms as dramatic as Jupiter's. It appears pale blue-green, quiet and distant. Uranus. At first glance, Uranus seems almost featureless, a smooth, cold sphere suspended in darkness. But Uranus is one of the strangest planets in the solar system. It spins almost on its side. While most planets rotate like tilted tops, Uranus rolls around the Sun with its poles aimed almost directly toward its orbit. For part of its long year, one side of the planet faces decades of sunlight, while the other is trapped in darkness. A year on Uranus lasts 84 Earth years. Its seasons are not measured in months, but in lifetimes. This is an ice giant, very different from Jupiter and Saturn. Beneath its atmosphere, scientists believe it contains materials like water, methane, and ammonia under extreme pressure. Compared with the worlds before it, Uranus feels distant in another way, as though the solar system itself has grown quiet. And now, the planet that concludes this journey, Neptune. By the time we reach Neptune, the Sun is no longer the blazing disk we knew near Mercury. From here, it is still brighter than other stars, but its light is faint compared with daylight on Earth. Neptune is dark, cold, and far away. A deep blue ice giant, more than 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth. But this distant world is not peaceful. Its atmosphere is whipped by some of the fastest winds in the solar system. Storms form and vanish in the blue clouds. The planet turns in the weak sunlight, with weather systems through a darkness almost impossible to imagine. And now, as we drift away from Neptune, something even larger begins to happen. The farther we pull back, the more its scale changes. The Sun becomes one star among many. The darkness fills with other points of light, a galaxy of hundreds of billions of stars. Some of those stars may have planets of their own, worlds with skies we have never seen, oceans under alien suns, storms larger than imagination. Places where chemistry, gravity, time, and light have written stories completely different from ours. Our entire solar system, from the burning surface of the Sun to the winds of Neptune, is only one small neighborhood in a much greater cosmic city.